Okay, I tagged everyone. Hi, Diana. I'm going to put this down just a little bit so I can see who's actually responding. Vicky. Hey, Vicky. Okay, I think I can see now. I tagged everybody. As I said, I am at a conference and I'm in the hotel room, so I'm making the best of it, and I actually have a fairly good counter space here, so I'm happy about that. There was a light right here, right there. Let's see. I don't know if I can, right there. Yeah, there's a light right there, but it was shining right onto the catalog front. Gotta move my computer over here so I can see what's going on. Okay. So who has looked through and seen the new catalog so far? I will drop a link to the catalog. Okay, there is a link to the digital catalog in case you have not seen the real life catalog. I am in Indianapolis. I'm leaving tomorrow. It's over at about 1, so I actually drove here. It's about a 3-hour drive, well, for my work, so it'll probably be about 4-hour drive home. But it is an hour ahead, it's Eastern time, so I should get home, let's see, 1 to 4, 5, probably get home at 5 p.m. Although, hopefully I go through Chicago before rush hour. Okay, who is looking forward to the catalog? And if you've seen any of it, what are you looking forward to seeing the most? You want to know about the ink colors? Do you want to know about new suites? Let me know what you're looking forward to. I've got samples of some things, and I've also created some artwork from the products that I have. So I have some artwork for everything that I have. Okay. Okay, a couple things about this catalog is they are doing a new thing with the catalogs. If you notice, this was supposed to be the annual catalog release, but there is no catalog. This catalog is called May to August. And so they have stopped doing an annual catalog, and they are going to make 3 catalogs per year. 3 catalogs of 4 months. So everything will be sort of new, and they will have the main supplies like paper and ink and the stamp and emboss machine and such in each of the catalogs. Okay, and obviously all online. So they are streamlining the catalog process, I guess you would say. So there's going to be 3 new catalogs per year and no annual catalog. I think that makes it easier to keep up with things. I know that, you know, as new products were coming out in the new catalogs, it was hard to remember about things in the annual catalog, about the sweets that they had. So I think for me, at least, it's going to be a little bit easier, but we'll see. We'll see. Okay, let's take a look inside. Let's take a look. They've also redone the interior of the catalog. It starts off with the 2026-2028 in colors, the classic stamping pads. So I do have those. That I will show you. So here are the new in colors. There is Golden Glow, which is, I will describe it as Winnie the Pooh yellow, golden. So Winnie the Pooh yellow, Golden Glow, Peaceful Pine, Hydrangea Hue, Crisp Cantaloupe, I love this one, and Barely Blush. You know, I haven't used this one yet, that's why it's still in the package. I'm going to show you. If you notice, they are, let me find one that you can easily see on the computer. They are new style. Okay, these are like the old Close to My Heart ones. They are ink, felt and ink, and magnetic. Okay, so they're just like the old Close to My Heart ink pads. So if you compare these to the old ink pads, they are longer and skinnier. The Stampin' Up pads were a little bit more squat. I should have brought an old one, but again, I was packing a lot, so they were about maybe to here, and then maybe about out to here. Okay, so these will fit into the Stampin' Up ink pad holders. The thing is, they will stick out just a little bit more than the other ones. But I love these. I really was waiting to buy any of the big ink pads until they came out with a new design, because they always hinted that they were going to come out with a Close to My Heart design. So I kind of was waiting for that. I bought the ink colors last year. Were the only ones that I really bought. So they are a little bit different. So if you are new to these, you know, they are felt pad. So you have to stamp with them a little bit. They're not quite as juicy as the old Stampin' Up pads. And they do recommend that you stamp on like a foam sheet or something like that. We do have a the piercing mat, and so they recommend the Stampin' Up piercing mat to like use as underlayment for when you're stamping, is what they recommend. Or if you have an old Close to My Heart Versamat, those are great on the reverse side to use. So here is the new color palette. Now don't worry, your old ink pads will still work. Obviously in the colors, you know, will still work. Right now, the only ink pads that come in the new design are the in colors. Okay, all of the other colors will still be the traditional design. And then in 2027, they're going to do a color refresh, and then all of the ink pads will be the new style. So even the older colors. Okay. So who loves the new colors, and what is your favorite color from the new colors? I think mine was cantaloupe until I found out that there was the Winnie the Pooh suite, and then that that became kind of my favorite color. I'll post some comparisons of the colors with other like close to my heart colors and other Stampin' Up colors. But if you want to know what they are like, what they're similar to, I can try and guide you with that. Here's another really amazing thing for a lot of close to my heart people: shimmer brushes. Did you know that they were coming out with shimmer brushes? Right now, I think the only kind that they have are the in colors, but I'm hoping that they eventually get these in all the colors. But these are very similar to the Close to My Heart shimmer pens. They do look differently because the Close to My Heart ones were like a white pen. These ones look to be the color of what's inside. But what a shimmer brush is it's kind of like Wink of Stella, but in the color, in the ink color. So it gives like a little sparkle to whatever you're using it from. Okay. And then another new thing is they are changing the black stamping pad. You know, Stampin' Up used to sell the Tuxedo Black Memento ink. That was the black ink that they used, and then Stays On. Now they are discontinuing those, and they have their own basic black hybrid stamping ink pad. So this is waterproof, fade resistant, and fast drying. Although I will tell you, if you plan to cover them in with the Stampin' Blend markers, the alcohol markers, you want to let them dry a little bit if you stamp with this. Okay, so I do have that. I wanted to test it out. This is not in the new ink pad design, so you can, you know, compare this. Diana, you like Golden Glow or Peaceful Pine? Yeah, those are nice. Okay, so here's the new black. And I guess one of the reasons that this is in a different design is that it needs to be, it needs to stay shut very closely so that it doesn't evaporate, I guess. So it's in a different style. And it is slightly difficult to open, but once you get the hang of it, it can open. I find that if you try and like right here, about a third of the way down, pull, it works. Okay, and this is, I think this is a felt pad too. And it is hybrid ink, so you can do watercolors, you can use your watercolor pencils, and you can use your alcohol markers. I feel you need to let it really dry. So just keep that in mind, okay? And then one other really new thing is they have some of these new, what they're calling impressions dies. So here's an impression die. So it cuts out the image, but it also like embosses, I guess I would say. And I have one, not this one, but I have one of the sets. So that's something new. And there's a new impressions pad that you can use. Again, my computer's not updating comments, but thank you, Elizabeth, for sharing. I appreciate it. Vicky's excited about the new ink colors. Good, good. Okay, so let's look at some of the products. The first couple pages gives, you know, info about like the product of the month, crafting together, and about the paper pumpkin, just some advertising. And then it shows you the sort of the order of the new catalog. So they're going to do the step-by-step with the kids collection. So the kids collection is their products that are very prescribed, that have the directions and, you know, the items in it that you need. So really they guide you step by step, like all of the kits and those sorts of things. And then step by step, but scrapbooking. So that is like the workshop kits, the scrapbook workshop kits. Again, there's directions, there's all the products that you need, except adhesive and that in there, and the inks, but all of the other products. And then there is an info, like where do I start? You start here with some of the crafting must-haves. They give you an idea about what you really need, the products that you should start with, and then use some of their mix and match products, and then, you know, some embellishments. So if that's the kind of, you know, crafter you are, you need some guidance or whatever, this section of the catalog sort of is for you. And then they have the quick and easy, which has some of the mix and match. That makes it easy for you to have a little bit of creativity and freedom, but then have all of the products that you kind of need. So that's both scrapbooking and the card making. So they give you some ideas about things to use. And then this last section is creativity your way with all of the suite collection. So this is things where you can buy a la carte, you can buy the whole suite, but they're not kits. They're, you know, you're buying the papers, the stamps, the inks, the embellishments, and it's all sort of create your own, right? Okay, so that's what we're going to start with. Let's look at the first suite. The first suite is called Bloom Boutique. This is tiny blooms, dainty scallops, gold foil. It had a vintage touch to cards, packaging, and scrapbooking. So it does have a vintage touch. It kind of reminds me of kind of an 80s, what was the 80s? Gunny sack. Kind of an 80s gunny sack feel to it. One thing that they have is the in-color butterflies. So these are embellishments. And this is another thing that they've started doing is a lot of the products appear in multiple sections. Like it can appear in the mix and match. It can appear in the create your own. But then in one place, it has all of the information. So like here, it shows you the in-color butterflies can coordinate with this suite. But if you want to know all of the details, you know, go to page 73. Okay. Part of this suite is the Boutique Blossoms bundle. So stamp set and die set. The paper, 12 by 12 designer series paper. And then the Scalloped Blooms bundle, which is the stamp set and the die set. And then there's these really pretty scalloped window boxes that kind of look like the scalloped dies. I do have this suite, well, the paper. Here's a good look at the paper from that. The colors in this suite are Barely Blush, Crisp Cantaloupe, Golden Glow, Peaceful Pine, Hydrangea Hue, and Gold. Because it's a gold foil sort of. So the reason I bought this is because it really has all of the new colors, all of the in colors. So let me show you those. Okay, hopefully you can kind of see the shine on this. So this is pretty, little blooms. Let's see if I can get the gold to show. Some of them may be easier than others. This is white. I don't know if that makes it easier or harder. Okay, and then the back is the cantaloupe. This one is the hydrangea hue, and I don't know if you can see, but there's little dots in the background that are the gold foiled. Let me see, I'm a little bit lagging, so I don't know if you can see. I can't see on my screen, so hopefully you can see that. And then the back is the, looks like the peaceful pine. Okay, this is that the cantaloupe one. This is the hydrangea hue one. Okay, look at this one. This one I think you might be able to see. See the gold foil on. This one's got a really pretty, I think this is the Barely Blush background. I think that one maybe you can, yeah, there you can see some of the foiling on there. This one has some of the flowers is foiled, and then the back is a hydrangea hue, kind of an overall background with some plus signs. It's the same. This is a hydrangea hue, again gold, and I love this one with the peaceful pine and the little white flowers. I think this one would have been good for St. Patrick's Day. But this one reminds me of that Daisy Daisy that Close to My Heart had. Remember that one? This one kind of reminds me of that. Okay, here's the second copy of that. And then I love this one too. But do you guys feel like this has got the like 80s vibe to it? I don't know. And then this hydrangea hue background has got these like little dashes that are kind of splotches all around. And then that's this one here. My plan for this week is to make a whole workshop using all of these. So I do plan on doing that. So if you buy this product from me, I will send you the workshop guide. But that's kind of my plan with this one. You can also get it with the sticker sheet, so you can buy just the paper and then the sticker sheet, and I do have that one too. So here, now these ones don't, this is about, these ones, I didn't bring scissors with me. These ones don't have the foil on it, the stickers. So let's look at this. Yeah, there's no foiling on this, but it's got some borders. The one thing about this one I do like is at least they gave you two borders on this one that match. And then some flowers, and then these triangles on this one. So like I said, I'm planning on making a nice workshop with these. And then the real reason I bought this is because the Heirloom Boutique cardstock, like coordinating cardstock, has all of the new colors. So if you want to get cardstock, two-tone cardstock of all of the new in colors, this is what you want, Heirloom Boutique. They don't have a pack of the 12 by 12 that's like the 2026, 2028 in colors. Okay, so don't look for that. But if you want them, they have it, but it's called Heirloom Boutique. Okay, so here they are. Here's the new colors in the paper. So if you want to see what they look like in the paper, I know I showed you the ink, but here's the paper. I wish the lighting was a little bit better in here. I'm hoping that it's good enough so you can see. This is the Golden Glow, the Winnie the Pooh yellow. That's pretty true to color, sort of right there. Here's the reverse side. Remember, the two-tone, one side is darker than the other. The darker side is the true side. So it's really pretty. I've used, since I did a lot of project with the Winnie the Pooh suite, I think this might be the only piece of Golden Glow I had left. So I really like this one. This is the Barely Blush. This reminds me of the Close to My Heart Ballerina, but I haven't set them next to each other. I'll do that. I'm going to make a post later when I get home to compare some of these colors, but just looking at it, that's what it looks like to me. So you can see the dark and the light color. Let me see if I can get it to where it's true color on the screen. It looks kind of white on the screen there. That's kind of more, that's kind of true to color, I guess, right there. It's very, very light, Barely Blush. This is the Cantaloupe. Let's see, I must only have one sheet of this one. Oh no, here's the other one. Cantaloupe, and actually Cantaloupe looks just like you expect it would look. Here are the two colors. See how it looks on the screen. I'll try and put it so it looks good. Yeah, that's pretty true to color there. Okay, here's the Hydrangea Hue. This one to me reminds me of Wisteria from Close to My Heart. Again, I'm going to have to put it next to those to see, but it's kind of along that that color scheme. It is very much, I would say, like a Eeyore from the Winnie the Pooh suite. I would say this would make a good Eeyore color. So there's the dark and the light of it. And then here's Peaceful Pine. Now this one, it's hard to come with a color that it's similar to. Maybe the Close to My Heart Pine, but it's not exactly, because I did put it up against the pine. But again, I'm going to take some pictures when I get home, and I'll show you some comparisons between both the old Close to My Heart colors and the current Stampin' Up colors. Okay, and then this pack does come with the white, I think. Yeah, white. It comes with a white willow. So you get 2 pages of the white, 2 sheets of the white willow. Okay. Oops, I hit the thing with my head, sorry. What do you think of the paper? Does it look similar to the inks? I mean, they're the same color, but sometimes it's easier to see in the paper. And then there's the Heirloom Boutique Florals bundle that I showed before. They also have a scrapbooking workshop kit with this sort of design, right, from these papers. So you get 9 sheets of the Designer Series paper, you get 5 sheets of the 2-tone cardstock, and that's 1 of each of the new colors. So if you are interested in getting a sampling of the new colors, this would be a good workshop to get, because it's got 1 of each of the new ones. You get the stickers, and there are some pre-cut images, so some, you know, punch out things. You get white willow cardstock, you get the instructions and the photo placeholders. And these are the 3 scrapbook layouts that you make. So cute. I think this would be good for, it could be good for a wedding, it could be good for a baby, it could just be good for spring, it could be good for Mother's Day. There's so many events, occasions that you can use this for. Okay, the next suite, which I really love, I do have this suite also, is the Waterside Retreat. This says, bring the feel of relaxing summer days to your card making with watercolored lakeside scenery and classic plaids in a soft, organic style. So this one to me really is like watercolor by the sea. It's kind of, you know, a good look. The embellishments for this suite are these loose anchor trinkets, and I do have them. Obviously the picture in the catalog is not true to size, but they're fairly big. Here we go. And they feel like they could be metal. If they're plastic and coated with like silver paint or coating or whatever, they're very sturdy. So I don't think it's plastic. I think it's metal. So you get this little tray of them. Let's see if it says how many are in here. I don't know, maybe if we look on page 72, it'll say how many are in there. 20. You get 20 loose pieces, and they're 3/4 of an inch. Now, if you did the April paper pumpkin, that coordinates with this suite, so you kind of get a feel for what these look like. There is the relaxing waterside bundle, the stamp and dies. I do have that. Let's see. What did I do with those? Oh, here we are. Put these in here so I don't lose them. Okay, so here are the stamp and dies. I got this one because I really like the chair and the seagull. Patrick is watching. Hi, Patrick. Thanks for watching. You are always a good viewer. I appreciate you. They have some fun things. I really like the little teacup. You know, so you could stamp your chair and then put the little teacup there. It says, have a great birthday, relax, here's to a new chapter, Dad, happy Father's Day, today is your day. So they're kind of pushing this as a masculine set, but I don't think it has to be masculine, right? But that's what they're kind of saying that it is. And the dies have some really fun things. So like this die does cut this out, and I have a sample where I did that. But then there's other chairs, like there's this chair, and then I think this is supposed to be like the cushion. You know how you can have like the pillow cushion kind of things. I think you can make like different colored cushions on your chair. Or you could, this one makes the wood grain. I don't know if you can see, but it's got like, it's not embossing, it's where they had the little cutout. So it kind of just gives you the look of that for that one, for the back of it. So you could, you know, cut this out and then cut this out and put it on top. You don't have to stamp it, or you could stamp it, and make it wood looking. So let me see, here's my card that I made with this. Look how cute it is. So I did the here's to a new chapter, and the reason I did that is because of the little book. I put the person sitting on the dock by the lake reading a book, and that cute. And then they've got these cute little cattails. So these are dies. So I cut it out twice. I cut it out with the green, and then I cut it out with the brown to make the cattails. And then I stamped these in, you know, the ink, and then I used colored pencil, watercolor pencils, and colored these in. And then the little bird. Isn't this cute? This is a cute set. Let's see, here are their samples. Their samples were nice. I love how they used the trinkets. That was one thing I had to figure out how to use a trinket. This is the card that I copied that sample from, was this one right here. But I love how they used the twine to tie the little trinkets. Love that. The colors in this suite are Old Olive, Pool Party, Misty Moonlight, Pecan Pie, Very Vanilla, and Gray Granite. Okay, so some old classic sort of colors. We didn't talk about the paper. Let me show you the papers there, because they don't list it here, but I'm going to show you the papers while we have this suite out. So there is one sheet, this one here, that has the these sort of card fronts, and you can tell this is the one that I used on that card. Right, I used that as my background, and then the things that I stamped and cut out were these three, well, these three, and then the cattails. So there's a lot of different things you can use. Some of these I would use, you know, on scrapbooks. Some of them I think are good for card fronts. I like this one. And this one's really cool. So a lot of cool designs here. And this is really fun, kind of nautical looking blue and white stripe. So nice. You can see I already cut this one up. Although I will tell you, when you're cutting this one up, you need to watch how you cut, because like you can cut straight across here, which is what I did, but you can't cut straight across here because obviously this is bigger than that. So what I did to cut this out is I cut across here, and then of that piece that was left, I cut down here and then cut down here. And then here. So just watch when you're cutting this particular sheet, it's not in straight lines. So you have to be careful how you cut it make the first cut. Okay, this one is the plaid, green plaid. It's Old Olive, and then the seagulls, Vicky. I think you need this suite. We could do a lot of our Scotland pictures on this, I think. Actually, this one we could probably do Loch Ness. It almost looks like Loch Ness, long, straight. This is a really fun paper. This one also has more birds, seagulls, I guess. It's the Pool Party. And then the back side is these bikes. And I have seen a lot of people cut these bikes out and use on their cards. Actually, I think one of the samples, not these ones, but if you look on the online when you order this, I think one of the cards has one of these bikes. And then some nice wood grained paper. Love a good wood grain paper. And on the back is life preservers and these buoys. These ones I think you could cut out too and make cute cards. In fact, this one, did they use any of those? No, they didn't use the buoys or life preservers, but they did on the other. I'll show you the next sheet. This one, I love this wave. This would be cute for waves. It reminds me of those Japanese paintings that have the stylized waves and things, and then some fish. You could obviously use this as background paper, but you could also, you know, cut these out, fussy cut them for your cards or scrapbooks. And then this one's cool. It's got some stripes. It's a pool party in the old olive stripes. And then here they've got the life preservers and the oars. So this is the one where they kind of fussy cut them out for these cards. Because there's no dies that cut those out. So they had to have fussy cut those. So I love these ones. I wasn't going to get it, and then I saw the April paper pumpkin, and I love the watercolor look of it. Okay, let's see what else. They do show you the paper trimmer. So again, in this catalog, it does have some of the basic utensils. That's not the word I'm looking for. The basic, what would you call it? Not supplies, the basic tools. I guess the basic tools that you need. Okay, this one I don't have a sample of Valley in Bloom. But truthfully, I was thinking to myself, they have so many flowers. I don't need this many flowers. But I will tell you now that I've seen a lot of samples that are made with this, there's some really gorgeous things that have been made from this. So I might at least get the paper. They do have a specialty designer series paper. It's called Luna White. So I'm assuming that's kind of glimmery. I don't know. But they have the Valley in Bloom paper that looks really beautiful. And then there's shimmering dots. So, you know how Close to My Heart used to have those gold and silver glitter dots? I feel like these are like that, but this one is in these colors. So the color here is Lemon Lime Twist, Granny Apple Green, Garden Green, Pretty Peacock, Coastal Cabana, and Blackberry Bliss. So I think these ones, well, let's look on page 72. They probably say what the colors are. Shimmering dots. You get 180 adhesive backed pieces, Coastal Cabana, Granny Apple Green, and White. Okay, so I like those. So you can see Coastal Cabana, the Granny Apple Green, and the White. But look on the website, and actually I'll drop a link. So you can see some of the artwork with these. It's really gorgeous. I already dropped a link earlier to the catalog that you can flip through, and then this is a link to look at the shopping pages. Okay, so here's some of the paper. If you can see, I wish I had gotten this paper because it's so gorgeous, and I didn't really realize how gorgeous it was. I really love it. And then you got a really nice sticker sheet. And then you can get the Life in Bloom coordinating cardstock. You got the two-tone cardstock. Let me tell you the colors in that. It's on page 67. Daffodil Delight, Lemon Lime Twist, Granny Apple Green, Garden Green, Coastal Cabana, Basic Beige. So, really pretty. I like the Daffodil Delight in there. And then you've got the Life in Bloom bundle. I like these dies. Look at that die there. See how I love that shape. And you know I say this every time. I am a sucker for stamping my sentiments on shapes. I don't want to just put it on a strip or, you know, whatever. I love it on shape. So I really love that. And then there is a scrapbooking workshop kit that goes with this. This is really beautiful colors. This one has, I would say that's like berry bliss color in it. So It's really nice. So in this workshop kit, you get 9 sheets of designer series paper, 5 sheets of the two-tone cardstock. Looks like Garden Green, Coastal Cabana, and maybe Night of Navy. Or no, I bet you that's Peacock. Peacock. You get stickers and the pre-cut images, the ephemera, white willow cardstock, step-by-step instructions, and photo placeholders. So I don't have this one, but I really like this one. This is one that maybe I'll get later on. There was just really too much good stuff in this catalog that I couldn't even decide. And there's a couple that I wish I had gotten that are already in my cart right now waiting for me to place an order. And this is one of them. I had this in my cart. I almost ordered it for this catalog reveal, but then I ended up switching it out for the Waterside collection. No, not the Waterside collection. The Fern and Floral, which I'll show you in a little bit. So this one has the Scenic Coast. Now this paper is 6x6. Specialty designer series paper. And I know that Vicky has this one. Vicky got this one. And it is shiny. It's got iridescent foil. So it's hard to describe, but I did see on the Stampin' Up page, they did a video of some of the new products, and you can definitely tell the shininess on this one. But I love this one. And the colors on here are Strawberry Slush, Crushed Curry, Balmy Blue, Blueberry Bushel, Highland Heather, and Gorgeous Grape. And I just love this color scheme. They also have what they call Sunset Shimmer Vellum. So this is vellum. It's 12 by 12. And looks really, really beautiful. So this suite, it says, add seaside calm and sun-washed horizons to your cards with foil accents, iridescent finishes, and nautical images. So it also has sunset sparkle sequins. So there's some sequins that go with this. I don't know, Vicky, did you get the sequins? It is really pretty. Yeah, I'm definitely getting this on my next order. And they've got this beautiful stamp set, a lot of nice sentiments, and then I really like these dies. This is kind of what sold me on this one were these dies. So like it's got this lighthouse, and then it's got this, I don't know what you would call it, like a circle with the sunburst almost kind of coming out of it, and then the one with the sailboat. Really, really love it. And then the dies, are those dies? Yeah, the dies looks like there's the seagull or the bird dies. So I really, this one is on my list. Beautiful Ordinary Life. This is a great one for just doing general, everyday, sort of scrapbooking your everyday life. Because the designs are just, I don't want to say neutral designs, but like stripes and polka dots and little, these look like little V's. I don't think they're hearts, little V's. So just a really nice general purpose, let's call it that, general purpose papers. So it says the trend is soft hand-painted designs meet bold black and white patterns and silhouettes for high contrast scrapbook layouts and cards with a fresh, playful look. So really pretty. It's got the array of dots, a lot of different colors. Let me see how many colors on that page 72. 30 Flamingo, so there's 4 colors. 30 Flamingo, Lemon Lolly, Pool Party, and Pretty Peacock. So the sequins on the last, this one are adhesive back. I wasn't sure because it didn't say here, but on that description, these are adhesive back sequins. And then you can get the Bordered in Beauty bundle. So it's got some just general like designs. I do like these little stamped shapes for your sentiments, and then you've got the dies that cut them out. But we'll look at these more close up on page 40. The colors in this suite are Real Red, Petal Pink, Daffodil Delight, Pretty Peacock, Pool Party, and Basic Black. So you kind of see you've got like a black and white, and then you've got some of the colors so that there's a little bit of a contrast. It reminds me of the, I think it was called All the Little Things, and the Close to My Heart, and there was a pack for that. Okay, and then you've got, you can get just the paper, the Beautiful Ordinary Life paper, or paper and sticker sheet. The Extraordinary Life two-tone cardstock. So I love those. Those are just some really nice colors to have. So like, I think a lot of times, even if you don't get all of the suite, sometimes these coordinating cardstocks are nice to get because it's got a variety of colors and you don't need to buy, like this one would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 whole packs of those colors. So if you just want like a couple sheets, these are great for that. Let's see, page 67, I'll tell you the colors. This down here, the colors are Real Red, Flirty Flamingo, Petal Pink, Daffodil Delight, Lost Lagoon, Pool Party, and they're acid and lignin free, obviously. Yeah, so I really recommend getting some of these coordinating cardstock packs, because then you get a nice sample of a lot of different colors. And then if you don't want to design your own with those, a la carte items, you can just get the Scrapbooking Workshop. So these are the 3 2-page layouts that you make. Really cute. Again, they would be good for just about anything, but I can see summer, spring, Mother's Day, baby, wedding, bridal shower, all kinds of things. You get 10 sheets of designer series paper, 3 sheets of two-tone cardstock, some stickers and the pre-cut, punch-out images, some white willow cardstock, and then instructions and placeholders. Hi, Kim. Welcome. We're just going through the new catalog. And then Velvet Meadow. This is really pretty. The Velvet Meadow theme says, give your handmade cards velvet texture with flocked paper, wildflowers, and detailed greenery. So I'm actually really interested to see this paper. I didn't purchase it, but I am kind of regretting it now because I want to see this flocked. Like this, this paper, I think, can you see it's got a background color, but then there's white like flowers on top? I think that's flocked, which is that fuzzy like material on there. So that's, I think, really, really cool. They also have the specialty paper. It's called Velveteen Assortment. And let me see what the colors are, page 67. Bubble Bath, Peaceful Pine, and White. And I think these feel like velveteen, like velvet. I heard some people discussing these. They asked, like, does it really feel like velvet? So I think the people who went to the convention got to feel some of these things. But I didn't go to the convention this year, so I don't know. Velvet Meadow Specialty Designer Series paper. Again, I think there's some flocking on this. And then there's Flowering Meadow Bundle, so the stamp and the die set. And then the embellishments for this suite are Dreamy Flowers, so little flowers. And I think they're probably adhesive back. Let's check to make sure. Dreamy Flowers, you get 120 adhesive backed pieces, Berry Burst, Bubble Bath, and White. Okay, so they are adhesive backed. And then look at some of these pretty cards that you make. But the thing about these, I mean, you might think, oh, they're just flowers, you know, I've got a billion flowers. But these, the texture on these is what's, I think, special about these. The velveteen, the flocking, that's why these ones are special. And the colors are Daffodil Delight, Peaceful Pine, Cloud Cover, Berry Burst, Bubble Bath, and Basic Beige. So I am at least going to get the paper, so I'll let you know. Well, obviously I'll probably do a live with them. Okay, Moonlit Floral. This is the one that I got instead of the Sunset one. So I do love this one, but so Moonlit Floral, it says trends create cards with the charm of a moonlit garden, lush ferns, rich backgrounds, and Luna moths in an elegant, whimsical style. So I really love that. Let's look at the paper. I have the paper here. This is what sold me on this suite. This is why I got this suite, was definitely the paper. So here's the moth. I love these little ferns. I meant to look up the name of these. Are these like fiddlehead ferns? I think that's what they're called, but I was going to look that up just to see, but I think it's called fiddlehead ferns. And then these ferns, it looks almost three-dimensional because of the coloring. And then these moths, these little white moths, I really love that. And the colors on this are just gorgeous. And then the back is a light, probably the seafoam green. I'm going to look at what the colors are on here, just so I'm making sure. Golden Glow, Old Olive, Mossy Meadow, Peaceful Pine, Secret Sea, and Berry Burst. So I don't know. This is maybe white with the Old Olive fern on it. This is, okay, I use this one for my card. I like these ferns, like Mossy Meadow and the Peaceful Pine and Old Olive. So Old Olive, Mossy Meadow, and then the Peaceful Pine. And it's got the white. And then the back is, I think, a Secret Sea kind of diamond design. I showed you this one already. So this one is just kind of an overall leaf design, and then the back is Golden Glow. This one is the Berry Burst as the back with the diamond kind of design. And then this one I think is my favorite paper. My favorite paper out of all of them. It's got the fiddlehead ferns. It's got these Golden Glow flowers. It's got the moss. It's got these white flowers with the Berry Burst, and then these white flowers. So this page has it all, I think. This one's my fave. And then the back is the Berry Burst. This one's nice. This one's a nice sort of background design. And it's got the little ferns, so smaller scale ferns, and then the flowers. And then the back looks like Old Olive. And little, like 3-leaf kind of leaves. Okay, this is the one that I had kind of partially cut up. Just showed you this one. That might be all of the paper. This might be the, oh no, I don't think I showed you this one. Okay, this one. Now this one looks like that other one, but it doesn't have the white flowers in it. Let me show you the comparison. I don't know if this is the one I was wanting to compare it to. Oh, no, these are the two I wanted to compare. So these two are different. The scale's a little bit different, but this one doesn't have the white flowers with the Berry Burst, and it doesn't have the moths on it. So they're similar, but not the same. The back of this one is just a nice kind of leaf design. Showed you that one. And then the back of this one is the Berry Burst. So this is a really nice paper set, I think. I did make a scrapbook layout with this one to show you. Here's the layout. Let me see if it will, you can see it on here pretty good. I'll move it over a little bit. There we go. Now this one, first of all, I already put my pictures on here, but I didn't have the moths, so I had these butterflies from, it was a lavender set suite from 2 years ago, and then it was in last year's catalog too, but I had these white butterflies, but I actually inked them up a little bit with the Golden Glow. And then I used look at those, the dies for this. Aren't those gorgeous? This is a stamp that I colored in. And then the papers, try to use the papers. Vicki and I went to the Botanist in Bath. Well, we went to the Botanist in a lot of different places. How many botanists have we gone to, Vicki? 4? I want to say 4 different botanists. I know we went to Bath, Exeter. Did we go to one up in Yorkshire someplace? But we've been to several different, it's one of our favorite restaurants in the UK, but their theme is the Botanist, so they've got a lot of this, I don't know if you can kind of see the ferns and plants. It's like a botanical thing. And one of the, maybe the one in Exeter, they had this whole display, like a dresser or like kind of a china cabinet with glass front, that just had like different plant botanical specimens, and so that would be really good. I'm going to find those pictures, and when I do this live, I'm going to put those pictures on it. But it was a perfect theme, and that was Vicki's idea, so I stole that idea from her. But it can make really cute pages. You think 4? Oh yeah, we went to the one in Edinburgh too. Yeah, and we went to one of them twice, didn't we? Didn't we go to one of them twice? Okay, and then here's some of the beautiful cards with these. I love it. Here they're doing a sample, like a box. This is really good for making 3D things like this. So let me show you the stamp and the dies. So here's the stamp and the die. So this is the stamp, and then here are the dies. So there is a die to cut this out. And this stamp can be cut out with that. And I believe this one can be cut out with this one. I did not try it yet, so I can't say for sure. Got some nice sentiments. Thankful for you. You're an amazing friend, and you make the world a better place, and sincere thanks. And I'm so happy about this sentiment stamp with the die to cut it out. There's some cute little moth and butterflies there, and this is really nice for background texture. But these are some really nice dies, like the fiddlehead fern. And then these, I'll show you, make little flowers. And then all of these ferns to cut out are so gorgeous. Okay, so I did make some cards with these. Okay, so here's one. So these are what, oh, sorry, I hit this with my head again. It's right on my head level. Oh, we went to the Exeter one twice. Let me refresh my computer because, again, I'm not seeing comments on the computer. Oh, we went to Bath twice and Exeter once. Okay. But look at this card. This card is just amazeballs, if I can say that. It's just amazing. And I didn't show you the embossing folder yet, but look at the dies, the fern dies, the fiddlehead ferns. Love it. These little flower stems. And then these little things are those flower dies I was talking about. So these here are what I cut out in white here. So you just layer them like an X. Okay, you layer them like an X. These ones here are the ones that are kind of the side view, those ones. And then these little things here are the yellow centers. Okay, so I really, really love those. There's the dewdrop embellishments, these ones here. That's here, and I have used these ones. The colors are, oh, it doesn't say the colors on here. I'm gonna have to write them on here. I'll look it up. But they, it says dewdrop, but it's like, they're like iridescent, like almost glowing. They almost glow. Let me see if it's got the page 72. Let me show you the colors. Here we go. Dewdrop, clear, old olive, and secret sea. So here's the clear, here's the old olive, and then here's the secret sea. So gorgeous. And I used the clear ones on this card. I'll show you again. So I could say use them here. Here's that one. I don't know if you can tell. This is that's this one here. Okay, Fern and Flora 3D embossing folder. So let me show you the folder. So this is the showstopper. So I really recommend this. The paper in this are just, well, I love the dies too. Guys, I recommend this suite. I don't know. It's gorgeous. Let me see if I can put this on here. I don't know if that can help you see them. It's really, really gorgeous. And let me show you the that card again where I use this. I'll put it here while I put this away, because I'm checking out in the morning, so gotta try and pack everything tonight. So I don't know, can you see? I'm going to show closer. The embossing on this. Yeah, you can definitely see the embossing on this. And with the two-tone cardstock, I think I used, well, maybe I did use two-tone. You can sand off the top a little bit so you can really see it even more. But I love this set. This is my favorite card that I made. Although I do love the idea of having that very burst in there, which is what they did here. I love this card. I might redo this card. so many things you can do with that embossing folder, so we'll talk about that. And oh, this one uses those flowers, and then they put the berry burst in that. So really pretty. Okay. So let's see, making great impressions. Okay, so this is a new thing about the impressions dies. So it says, our new impressions dies go beyond precise cutouts to bring elegant textured details and dimensions to every die cut piece. Scan the QR code to watch a tutorial on how to use impressions dies and the impressions plate with the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So I got these so I could show you how to use them. But right now, from what I can see, there's two. There's the Opulent Oasis bundle. So that's where, that's here. You can see the 3D sort of flower image that you get with that die. I've got these ones here. These, we'll show you here. It's called Phrases and Frames bundle. So this one here, I can't wait to make this card here. But this is what I got, the phrases and the frames. It is an impressions die. So if you want to see which ones are impressions, they do say that, you see here, this one says impressions dies, whereas this one just says dies. Okay, so you'll know what it is. I also searched impressions on the Stampin' Up website to find, which one comes up, because I wanted to see if there were more. So they do come up if you just Google, or not Google, but search impressions. Okay. So here are the dies, phrases and frames, and these phrases and frames dies. These are the ones that are the impressions dies. I like these phrases and frames because it's got sentiments that you can put on the inside of your cards, and I'm always looking for sentiments for the inside, right? So nice inside sentiment, nice inside sentiment, a nice inside sentiment, nice inside sentiment, and then some outside sentiments like thinking of you, happiest birthday wishes, have a fabulous day, sending you hugs, and happy anniversary. And then these are the impressions die. So I do have some samples of those. Okay, this is my first one. So this is a card that I made, kind of a hexagon pop-out card, but this is one of the impressions dies, and this one too. So I don't know if you can see, but it almost looks quilted. Can you see that? And then I used the ferns and florals background for this card. So this was my idea to begin with. I didn't think it was, I mean, if you see it in person, it's really nice. It does look three-dimensional, like tufted. Tufted, I think, is the more word that I'm looking for than quilted, but looks tufted. But I think with how they have it in the gold there, it really stands out. I did another one of them. So I made this card. This one uses, so that one, the one I just showed you, uses this one, and then this one. This one is here. Uh-oh. With this card. And you can kind of see it cuts it out, and then it does emboss this around here. I did use that ferns and floral paper on the inside. Happiest birthday wishes is from here. But this is the impressions died here. I really think I want to do this one with it in gold. I think it's going to look spectacular in gold. I like it in the green, but I think that gold is going to be just a knockout. So I'm going to redo this one in a gold color. And I think, let me see. I think in here I've got some of the samples. So here are the dies. I don't think I cut that one. Did I cut that one? Oh, I did cut that one here. I cut that one, so I cut all of them out to show you just in the white, because I wanted to use the insides. For the cards. So I recommend this one. I'm hoping that they get more impression dies, which I do think they will. But in order to do this, you need the impressions mat, which I do have, so I can show you. So it's just, you know, like a rubber mat. If you use this when you go through the stamp cut and emboss machine. Okay, so I'll show you. It's flexible. It's rubber. Okay, so this is called the impressions plate. Okay. And then it does show you how to use them. The first step, it's a two-step process. The first step is you cut out your piece with the die, and you do it like a normal die, the normal sandwich, 1, 2, and then the two clear 3 sheets, and you put the cutting edge down into your paper. And then you do the impressions where you have just the first plate, 1 and 2. You put your die upside down with the cutting edge up with the paper on the inside, and then you put the rubber piece down, so this piece, and then you put that special plate 4, and then run it through, and it does that 3D embossing. Like, I am going to do a demo of that when I do those cards. So those are the new ones, and then these ones we've already showed from the suite. So these are the stamp set bundles from the suite. So I talked about all of these. Oh, these ones are just bundles. They're not part of the suite. And you can kind of tell because these ones all say suite beside it, so that you know that they're part of the bigger suite. See how these ones have the green things that say suite? And then this one, these ones don't have that. Okay, so you know they're not part of the suite. So there's a Safari Smiles, stamp and die. Cute for babies, and then it says, congratulations, cheers, hey there, just for you, from all of us. So that would be cute. Garden Gathering bundles. It's got like these little vases and flowers. So you can get the stamps by themselves, the dies by themselves, or bundle it and save 10%. The Gears and Textures. Now this one was part of, I think it was an online exclusive from last year, so they brought this one back. And I am going to do a live with this because I wanted to do this last year and I just never got around to it. Not that I didn't get around to it, but I had so much other stuff to demo that I just didn't get to demo that yet. So I was glad they brought these back. And then Balloon Festoon, really cute for birthday stuff. And I noticed I was trying to make a birthday card for something, and I had very few Stampin' Up! Birthday things, so I'm gonna maybe get that. So these ones are ones that we talked about with the suite. Again, you can see this. Sweet. This is from the, look at that. That's from that Sunset Coast bundle. This is from the Relaxing Waterside bundle. Extraordinary Life bundle. These ones are not part of the suite. Words and Wishes. Again, this is another one that's got a lot of great inside sentiments. And then a lot of these nice dies. See how these dies are? Like big dies with the mat. I love those. Banner Sayings. This punch was from last time. A lot of people really loved that one. Playful Packaging. This one I think you can make like little treat bags and things are really, I've seen a lot of samples with those. And then Words of Beauty, just because That's this one here, just because, and I think the happy birthday one is from this one. So nice. The Party Dies bundle is from last year. I still have not gotten this one. I really want to get this one. And these are those big letters where you could fit, like, I've seen like Mom, M-O-N, across a card front. So that's how big those are. Nature's Symphony. I think we had that one last year. All a Flutter bundle. This one comes with a punch, so you can stamp these and punch them out. Exciting Times bundle. So these little kind of just sentiment shapes, and then you can punch them out. So you can see kind of here. This gives you a good idea about the size of those letters. Pretty big. Okay, the Stampin' Positioner. I've been trying to use that in some of my demos and my TikToks and Instagram Reels. So hopefully you've seen me use that before. But again, they're going to start putting, since there's no annual catalog anymore, they're going to put the basics in here. And then you can get the grid paper. You don't have to have the grid paper, but it does help line up this, I think. And then just the stamp sets. I like that Get Well Soon. It's a nice size. This floral vignette, very nice. Exciting Times. I think I just showed you the bundle. Sending Salutations is here. A lot of nice sentiments. And then Caring Animals. Look how cute. Happy birthday with the lion. Get well with the alligator. Huge thanks. What are those in there? Chickens? Birds? I don't know. These are just the stamp sets. Heirloom Boutique. So this comes from the suite. And again, it shows, this is part of a suite and part of a bundle. So the little purple shows you that it's a bundle, that it comes with dies. So like these ones that I just showed you on this page, they don't have like a bundle, which means there's no dies that go with it. Because it has a bundle, there's dies that go with it. Garden Gatherings, it's a part of a bundle. Scallop Blooms, part of a bundle and part of a suite. Boutique Blossoms, suite and bundle. Those are from that first suite that I showed you. Gears and Textures, part of a bundle. Flowering Meadows, Safari Smiles, and Balloon Festoon. So you can see they are trying to show things individually and separately. Playful Packaging. Okay, that's what I was talking about, how you can make little treat bags and things. Words and Wishes, a lot of nice sentiments. This is that Just Because, again, it's part of a bundle. Banner Sayings. These ones go with those punch, right? The punch with the 3 things. Nature's Frames. I really like this one with the frames. Phrases and Frames. This is the one that goes with that, the Impressions dies that I have. Opulent Oasis, again, this is a stamp set that goes with the Impressions dies. Lily of the Valley, that goes with the Lily of the Valley suite. Life in Bloom goes with the Everyday Life, I think it's called, suite. This is nice, a simple alphabet. This is a stamp set, alphabet stamp set. The Ferns and Floral stamp set, a bundle and a suite. I showed you those because I have those ones. Nature Symphony, All Aflutter. We saw the bundles of that one. You're the Best. Now, we didn't see this one because it doesn't have a bundle or a suite. You're the best grandparent, so very proud of you. You're amazing. Sending grand birthday wishes. I love you all the time. Way to go. So nice. Connected Together. This is kind of cute. This looks like a bride and groom. So wedding, shower, that kind of thing. Crafted with care. So this was that scalloped box. And then it's got some sentiments you can put with it. Happy Meal, Good Vibes. This is like the angel policy. So if you are selling your cards that you make, you need to stamp with an angel policy stamp, and this one does count towards that. Any questions while before I move on? Let me refresh my computer again so I can read the comments. Diane, I see you say beautiful card. I don't know which one you're talking about. I saw it too late. Okay, Moody Leaves. This one's kind of cool. A family celebration. This one has got like birthdays, and it's got mom, dad, son, sister, wife, friend, grandpa, grandchild, grandma, brother, better half, daughter, husband. So it's got a lot of nice things. This is you know, a nice set to have for all of those things. I think if you remember when I did the that lakeside retreat paper pumpkin, instead of stamping about the dad, because again, I no longer have my dad here, so I wanted to make something for my son-in-law. So, you know, I was looking for a stamp set that said like son or whatever, so that would have been a nice one. Okay, Boarded and Beauty, Extraordinary Life. These ones are part of the suite in a bundle. Relaxing Waterside, I showed you that. I made a card with that. Sunset Coast. This is a closer up view, so it is nice because you can see now the sentiments. I couldn't see them before, but it says, the adventure continues. You brighten my day. Wherever this note finds you, wishing you a lifetime of joy. Happy anniversary, happy retirement, congratulations, and I hope it finds you happy. So nice. So they are trying to make it in different sections so you can see close up of more things. Untouched Landscape. This one is on my list also, and I did have it in my cart, but I took it out. Because look at these landscapes you can make with the stamps. I love this. I love it. But I wanted to start off with the suite so I can show you more of the products, but I do love that. This is another one that's kind of a masculine one. It's called Thanks Man. Happy birthday, you're old. Congrats, thanks, sorry, that's rough, appreciate it. Love ya, my man. Hey, bruh. How many have kids or nephews or something that says bruh? Dude, bud, bro. So this is kind of cute. Okay, now here's where they're starting to have some of the normal products. The stamp cut and emboss machine. And then all the dies. So we've already gone over all of these dies, so I'm not going to show all of them. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to put everything together. So like they have them in the suite, but then they have them all the stamps together, and then all of the dies together, so you can see. And then all of the embossing folders and punches together, right? All of these together. Okay, and then mix in possibilities. So they do have this, you remember how Close to My Heart used to have the mix-in papers? Every catalog, there was one pack of mix-in. This is kind of like that. It's a paper medley. You get 12 sheets, 2 each of 6 double-sided designs. And they're just like background papers, right? That can go with a lot of the different suites. This artist's sketch garden is really pretty. I've seen a lot of people do this. What's great about this one is it's all in black and white. You can color them in if you want to, or you can put them on colored paper and leave these in black and white. They're both very stunning. This is the Waterside Retreat paper. I did show you that. So this one you can really see all of the paper close up, because when you look in the suites, let's go back to the suites. Like, this is what they're showing you in the suites, and it's a little bit actually hard to see what the paper looks like, but now here you can see it all out, and you can see a close-up of the flower, or the stickers that go with it. Bloom Boutique, this is the one that I showed you that's got the foiling, the gold foil. This is the Velvet Meadow paper, and it's got some of that flocking. Remember, this one is 6x6. So remember that. This is 6x6 paper, Scenic Coast. It's got that iridescent foiling on it. Moonlit Floral. I did show you that paper because I have that. This is called the Luxe White, and it's specialty paper, so it's white. You get 6 sheets, 2 each of the 3 double-sided design. So I'm gonna. Oh, I knew I was gonna sneeze there. It is part of the suite. Which suite was that part of? Oh, that's part of the Valley in Bloom. The Valley in Bloom. The painted patterns. So this is the patterns. You know how they had the new in colors in 6x6 sheets with just different patterns? It's like that, except now they're 12x12. Okay, and you can get them in the different color things. You can get the subtles, you can get the brights, you can get the regals, you can get the neutrals, and you can get the in colors, and then the basics also. Okay, so this is just some like nice general background papers. And then this is some of the just the paper, but it also has like the cards and envelopes, watercolor paper, clear envelopes, the silver, the gold. I would recommend getting this gold if you're going to get that impression, those impressions frames that I got. Get the gold. The window sheets and the flat 4x8 bags. Basic white 8.5x11 thick. Basic white 12x12 thick. The scalloped window boxes. The velveteen paper. Sunset shimmer vellum. This goes with that Sunset Coast suite. So the in colors, the new ones, you can get the pearlized, pearlized paper. So Heirloom Boutique, this is the one you want to get if you want the 12x12 pack of the in colors. Get this one because they don't have a 12x12 pack of the in colors. I mean, this is a 12x12 pack of the in colors, but they don't call it that. They call it Heirloom Boutique. This goes with the Extraordinary Life. This goes with Life in Bloom. I think that these coordinating cardstock packs are a great way to just get like a sampling of different colors. Okay, they've got their mix and match. These are like the ephemera. I need to get some more because I use these when I send out my kits, like make and take kits, because we're not allowed, just FYI in case you didn't know, I'm not allowed to send you anything that is stamped with a stamp set. So if I send you make and takes and such, I have to either send you just like outline of something that I die cut, or I usually try and send some of these ephemera things to match whatever the make and take is. Okay. So here's all of the mix and match. Here and Now. I think this is a new one. Sincerely Noted. Meant for You. Mix and match. This might be the one that I get. Under the Sun. This is cute though too. Classic Labels, Mix and Match. I do have this one. I think that's a carryover. And the Greetings for All, Mix and Match. That's a carryover. Everyday Essentials, Mix and Match. This is just 12x12 paper. Again, it's like the just general mix-in papers that you can use. And then it does have the flip flaps. We still have all of the flip flaps and the memory protectors. Our albums. That basic black hybrid ink pad. Again, remember, this is the hybrid ink pad. They've moved away from the Memento Tuxedo Black, and they've got their own hybrid basic black. You need to let this dry before you use alcohol inks on it, though. The black journaling pen and the white gel pens. So since we don't have a annual catalog, in each one of the mini catalogs are going to have some of these basic things. These are all the embellishments. We kind of talked a lot about these. I didn't talk about the linen thread, but this one goes nicely with that loose anchor trinkets. They've got Baker's Twine Essentials. Oh, and the in color dots. I do have in color dots, and I do have those. So these are nice and shiny. I love these, and you can see I used all of the, almost all of the golden glow because I made those Pooh cards, the Winnie the Pooh set. And I didn't see the 8.5 by 11 paper. Did I miss that? Maybe it was in the front. Maybe it was in the front. But they do have the 8.5 by 11, 2026, 2028 in color cardstock. So it's just like that 12 by 12 that I showed you. However, the 8.5 by 11 is one tone. The 12 by 12 is two tone. This is, it's solid core. Okay, so this is a Barely Blush, the Cantaloupe, the Golden Glow, Hydrangea Hue, and the Peaceful Pine. Okay, so these are the 5 colors. So the 8.5 by 11 is solid core, same on the front as the back. Unlike the 12 by 12, which is two-tone. Okay. Okay, and then it's got all the glue, the Stampin' Seal, the glue dots, the dimensionals. You know, we have black dimensionals. I don't know if you know this because I never use them, but they do have black dimensionals. Tear and tape, foam strips, adhesive sheets. And then all the basic tools, the stamp and cut and emboss machine, the impressions plate. You need this if you're getting those new impressions dies, the bone folder, all of these basic things, the stamp blocks, the new Stampin' Positioner. I recommend that. I've been trying to use it. And, the other tools, the blending brushes, the little sponge daubers, the chalks. I never really used the chalks, the soft pastels, so we might have to do something with that. They do have some ink dot assortments, and here are the watercolor pencils. I used the watercolor pencils on that Waterside Retreat card. Okay, I think that's it. Oh, they do have ribbon. The bordered ribbon, page 72. I didn't show you the ribbon. I didn't buy any of the ribbon, but they do have the ribbon. Where is the ribbon? Okay, so it comes in all of the new ink colors. Barely Blush, Crisp Cantaloupe, Golden Glow, Hydrangea Hue, and Peaceful Pine. You get 10 yards of 3/8 of an inch. So if you want to get everything from the ink colors, they've got it all. They've got 8.5 by 11 paper. They've got the stamp pads. They've got that designer series paper stack with the just general designs, pearlized paper, the butterfly adhesive like dots, the regular dots, ink refills, and the shimmer brushes. If you missed it, we have shimmer brushes. So it's the like Wink of Stella, but in the different colors. The Stampin' Blends combo pack and the ribbon. You can get all of those in the new ink colors. Okay, you can still get this the color collections, subtles, brights, regals, neutrals in color. So both the 2026, 2028, and the 2025, 2027. And you can get the 8.5 by 11 cardstock. Solid core, the 12 by 12 two-tone cardstock, the stamping pad, the refill, and the Stampin' Blends for all of these colors. The only one you can't get is they still haven't come out with the cloud cover ink pad. So I don't think they're going to come out with that at all. And then the basics, they've got, you know, the beige, vanilla, basic white, white willow. White willow is the 12 by 12, and the basic white is the 8.5 by 11, and then you can get the thick. So that's everything for the catalog. What's your favorite thing from the catalog? Okay, and then just real quickly, because this is really a catalog review, but I wanted to remind you about the online exclusives, the new Winnie the Pooh suite. Now, if you saw my post earlier today, it's showing, the suite is showing low inventory, and that's because the embossing folder is low inventory. So since that's part of the suite, if the embossing folder goes out of stock, the suite goes out of stock because of that. So here's the suite. You've got the paper, you've got the Winnie the Pooh stamps, the friends, you've got the dies that go with it, you've got the sweet words and labels stamp set, and then the dies. And then this is the embossing folder that's gone out, that's close to going out of stock. It was low inventory. So on Sunday, I did a live where I used these to make the cards. So I'm not going to go over them too much because I did do that, but this is one of the online exclusives. If you want anything from this collection, get it ASAP because it's going to go out of stock. And I don't know if they're going to get it back in stock or not. They have not said. I imagine they will, but you can't count on that. So this is really nice stamp set. This is what I love. This is my recommendation for all of these things is this one because I love this die set. This is the embossing folder that is causing the problems. Not causing problems. I don't want to sound like that. This is what's going out of stock because people love it so much. And it's still available. It's low inventory when I looked right before the live. But I don't know if you can see this on here. I do have some samples that I think I brought the samples. Did I bring? I might not have brought them since I just did the live. But I did do a live where I used this a couple times. Oh, you know what? I've got the cutouts of these. So I don't know if you can see. I don't know how great this is, but you can see the embossing on here. This is what everybody's loving. So this is what you need to get. If you need to get anything, get this right away because this is what's going out of stock. Okay. So if you want to see the papers and everything up close of this suite, you can go back and watch my live from last Sunday. It's up on my YouTube. And then this Sunday, I'm going to be making a scrapbook layout using this. So you can see that. You can see it again on Sunday. But I wanted to talk about it today because they did go low inventory. And this is most of the online exclusive, but it's not everything. There are a few other things. There's these Band-Aid bundles, stamp and dies. And then there's Splash and Relax. So it's got this really cute inner tube and some flip-flops and things. So that's also part of the online exclusives. And then there's the Thoughtful Octopus, Natural Artistry, and Just Peachy. So these are all part of the online exclusives. I'll post about these as we go along, but I wanted to. This is the embossing folder that you can see, and it's been embossed on the old olive, and then they sanded away the top. So, but that gives you an idea about what the embossing folder looks like. Okay, I dropped my link again to shop with me so you can run to the store, run to the website to grab these before they sell out. I think I showed you everything that I brought with me. And again, I packed all of this on my trip here to Indianapolis. And I'm I'm a vendor at the vendor show here at the convention, so I also had 2 cartloads of supplies. Like we have Post-it notes with our logo on it. We've got little notebooks, flyers, all of these things I had to bring also for my work. But I brought these 2 to do the live. I was gonna do the live yesterday when it went on sale, right? Everything went live yesterday, but I'm here with a group and they were all going to the baseball game. So I postponed it until today. Well, once you know, the baseball game was rained out yesterday, so we didn't even go. So I could have done the live yesterday, but you never know that. So let me know what your favorite item was from the catalog. Does anybody have a favorite item? I think mine is the florals. This one, the fern and florals. I love this embossing folder. But I really love this card. I love the embossing folder. This is my favorite from the catalog. Although this one is pretty too. I like the water. I really love everything that I purchase. I really love. Diana, you're with me. You like the ferns and florals. Yeah, I love it. I love everything about it. I love the dies. I love the stamps. The sentiments are nice. I love that embossing folder. I mean, the paper's good too. I mean, that's just a really nice suite. Although I can't wait to see the Sunset Coast. Because when I first flipped through the catalog, that's what caught my eye the first. And I didn't get it yet. And I've placed 2 orders since I saw the first catalog. And I didn't. That's going to be in my 3rd round. So I don't know why, but I do love that one. But we got a lot of great things to come. You can see I've got a lot of great samples made that we're going to work on it together. If there's anything that you love that you want me to demo, let me know if it's something that I haven't bought, because I am going to be placing an order so I can do a live and demo that. I am going to be demoing how to use the impressions dies, but I think I'm going to do that once I get the Sunset Coast, because I'm going to do that one card with the gold foil and the impressions. I think that will make a good card to make. Oh, just while I'm thinking about it, if you love all of these colors, they're having a special join offer. So if you become a demonstrator this month, you get all of these stamp pads free. So, so if you're interested, if you want all of these, I recommend becoming a demonstrator, even if you don't plan on like selling, you know, just become a demonstrator and get these free. And then you got 3 months of discount, and you got the free ink pads. It's really a win-win, and I'm not a pushy upline, so, you know, I'd be happy to have you on my team. Let me drop that link. So if you are interested in getting these free, plus you get the deal. You get the I think it's $125 worth of stuff for $99, plus you get these free. I mean, it's really a no-brainer. I would do it if I weren't already a demonstrator. Let me look at the deal just to let you know. Okay, I'm going to the customer view. Yes, you get $125 worth of product for $99. So already that's a great deal. Plus, on top of that, you get all of these free. You get to pick what you want for the $125. You can pick whatever you want, and it only costs you $99. So if you've got like a lot of stuff you want to get out of this catalog, that's a great deal. Plus you get these free. But if you don't want these ink pads, it says you can also, instead of getting the free ink pads, you could get an additional $35 of products. So, okay, well, I will let you go. Again, I've been at the convention all day, so I'm tired. And I gotta go in the morning again. So I'm gonna head out if you don't have any questions. Hope to see you on Sunday for my Winnie the Pooh scrapbook layout. And then if you're coming Saturday to my National Scrapbooking Month virtual crop, I hope to see you there. Let me know if you did not get your make and take. Diana, did you get your make and take? If you're still on here. I think you told me last time you did get it. Somebody said they didn't get it. I think it was Michelle Davis said she didn't get hers. I'm hoping she got it now. So, okay. I will see you Sunday, maybe Saturday. Thanks for joining. Bye.